Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com, and today we've got a look at a new plugin from Denise Audio, Poltergate, a gate plugin that has a lot more features than a standard gate does and sounds really nice on anything you need to put a gate on, but especially percussive sources, because that's always where you really need gates on kick drums, snare drums, toms, and so on to gate out that bleed you get from the other instruments. The first thing we're going to do is listen to the kick drum part all by itself, the plugin's bypassed, and see what bleed we're getting in it. So we have the kick drum part itself. We got a little bit of low-level snare drum and cymbal bleed in there as well. I'm going to engage the plugin here. First of all, it is resizable, which is great. So I'll blow it up nice and large so we can see it. And I'm just going to kind of dial in some of the settings here and talk about them as I do it. Just lowering the threshold. So we're just getting the kick hits now. We'll bring the spike up a bit. This is only affecting the side chain, but it's putting that kick drum part a little bit more detectable. A little bit of look ahead time on it. And I'll bypass it off. And bring it back in. We also have an EQ built in here, so we can just kind of boost certain frequencies into the side chain that have them be detected a little bit more easily. So if I boost the low end, it should help with that kick drum detection. Another really cool feature we have is the dynamics section over here, kind of like a transient designer where we can bring out a little bit more of the attack or the sustain of the drum. So we'll start with the punch, the fat, which the attack and duration are tied into, and we even have a clipper in here. You can hear, though, there's still a little bit of cymbal bleed coming through, so that's where we can go right into the Debleed part and kind of pull some of that cymbal frequency out. I'm going to use the low-pass filter here to cut some of that top end out. That did a really nice job of pulling out that cymbal bleed. So again, we went from here bypassed, and I'll turn it on as it plays. And of course, we got a little bit of a gain boost using the transient designer to boost the attack and sustain. Now we'll do the same exact process with the snare drum part, see what sounds we can get out of it. Let's start with the plugin bypassed. Here's the snare by itself. Little bit of bleed. Let's see if we can dial it in. Or one really cool thing we can mention here is you can actually hit the metronome marking here and dial the release into the tempo of the song, which is awesome. with it off. Back in. So that's a really nice way to dial in the gate, cut out everything we don't want, debleed it. If we have some extra cymbal sounds or too much low end in, we can cut them out as well, and even have some dynamics processing in the shape of like a transient designer in there. So a lot going on under the hood in this plugin besides just basic gating purposes. The way we can control the gate is really nice. You can get nitty gritty with the details and only hear the sounds you want to hear, which is fantastic and what you need in a nice drum gate. So highly recommended Poltergate from Denise Audio. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so we can keep you in the loop as to what's coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.